Dan Orlovsky said on ESPN yesterday that Brewer is now the best center in the league. Do you agree with that, and what has made him successful for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get into agreeing or disagreeing on opinions of things. I think that the one thing that the guy does is he's a leader and he helps set the standard of the room, and he's done that now for this whole season. And the consistency at which he's gone about his job has been very enjoyable for me to work with him in that regard. So I think you see a guy that those when you have those things going on for him, you see that the work is and the results match, and that's fun. And when you get to be a part of that, and you're with him on an everyday occurrence, and you see his maturation of the leader and a guy who's setting the standard. And I've talked about the standard a lot, but he exemplifies it. Him and Austin Jackson exemplify it on a daily basis.
Have you seen a center as athletic as Brew? Just because I was watching film last night. And
Jason Kelsey.
That's great company to be in.
He is a great athlete, though, and there's a lot of things that we can do with his athleticism.
There's a play in the game where you guys pulled Pat, Brew, and Austin to the play side run. And I'm thinking about that in comparison to the downhill nature you guys can run the ball with as well. As a coach, what does that do for you when you have a group that's so athletic but also can, at the point of attack, knock people off the football?
I think that's foundationally what we want to be, right? And so I think that having the ability to be able to get the ball on the edge and be able to get the ball downhill is something that we have to be able to do with how we want to run the ball. And so it's something that is, based upon the player's skill sets and then how we have to go about our approach on a daily basis. We have to major in those fundamentals to be able to execute both. And they are tied together. So there's a lot of things that are tied together that we can work off of, and so that it's not as drastically different as people may think.
Patrick Paul looks like, at least in our view, and you would know far more, it looks like he's become a really high-end pass blocker. As a run blocker, where is he right now? Is he up to your standards?
Oh, great question. Is he up to my standard? I mean, we got to continue to get better. I don't know if I can answer up to the standards or not standards of that. There's definitely a lot of plays it is. Is it consistently there? We got to keep working through that. There's definitely he's matured every week, and I think that's the whole thing that we're asking for, right? And so there's a process every week of getting better. And if we continue to do that and just keep working on getting better, get better at this one thing or this second thing, and each player is different, right? Each player's development is different, like we've talked about before. And so, and you have to approach each player differently as the coach, right? It's just not one way with every guy, right? So each guy we have to approach differently in this development process. And so, and what ends up happening sometimes is, hey, we got to fix your left foot or something with your left hand or something with your right hand, right? We got to fix that. And invariably what a lot of players will do is they'll try to change 4 other things. Well, I like the 3 other things that are really good. Don't change that. I just want to fix this, right? And so, but that's not as easy. It's way easier said than done, right? And that's in life. We all apply that. Like if I want to fix this part of my life, well, man, I just this. No, I just want to fix this. Right? And so it's no different with these players. So I just want to fix this part. And so getting them to understand, how do I just fix this, right? And just isolate on this and not change all these other things. And so sometimes you go through this process where they do change. And you're like, no, go back. That was good. And now let's focus on this. And so, but the way we get that done is by the constant work, and it's like by trial, right? And so when the player can own it, they can own it and they can fix it better. Right? If only I own it, they'll never fix it as well as they possibly can. Right? And so that's a big part of it. Right? And for them they get the feel of it every day in practice, every day on the field. And so there's a lot of the things, if you do see individual, there's a lot of the same things we do over and over. There's a lot of little details that are different each week, but there's a lot of the same things because that's how you build your feel. That's how you build your repetition. And now we can adjust to anything we got to do.
Which Jonah improved that?
What's
Jonah improved that?
I think there's a lot of little things in everything, and it starts off. And I've said this before: the way he approaches his job is awesome, and he is very focused. He's a very serious individual, and he approaches it in the right manner. And so, and I've said, and that hit me from OTAs and how his approach is. So that has not changed with him, and there's been a consistency in that. And those type of things matter as you go through the year, and all of a sudden there's a consistency to that approach, and now you start to see things get better, right? So run game, understanding the offense better, understanding his angles, understanding his leverages, understanding the speed and tempo before contact with the different alignments of the different players, right? Same thing with pass for understanding what your range is with your hands, how your feet have to be connected, how your feet have to be placed when I am in contact, how I have to react to the movement after contact, right? All those things I can talk about him until I'm blue in the face, but he has to feel that. And he has to feel that day in and day out. And then it's like, oh, I can adjust this. And then we can talk about it, right? Adjust that, adjust this, adjust that. And so all those little things. And so there's so much more he's got to get better at. There's so much more that every one of these guys got to get better at. There's such a long list that we got to continue to keep getting better at.
How have you seen Jonah approach exactly what you're talking about? How have you seen Jonah approach exactly what you're talking about? All those details as a rookie coming in with a lot to learn. How have you seen him approach attacking all those things?
Just very, very, very serious. Like takes meticulous notes. Has a huge book of great notes. If he does not understand something, he will either wait for a meeting to be over at the end of practice. Butch, I need you. We got to talk through this. And what he doesn't feel like he fully understands, he's going to get the information he needs, right? And then I may be frustrated, like, I don't understand why you can't get this. And then we talk through it, and he'll tell me some things, and then that can change my approach and how that changes my perspective and how I can communicate with him to get it to a better place. So it's been it carries over with everything. It's just his consistency to being a professional.
Rich, you mentioned that everybody on the line still has an improvement that needs to be done. Having said that, how far do you feel the line has come since the start of the regular season?
I think that the connectiveness of the group and being consistent within what we do has been the biggest things that have improved. And continue to focus each week on what are the details that we need to be aware of to be the most successful for that game. And I think that the heightened awareness to all those things has been what's been the most improved.
Besides, I'm sorry, great. One last quick thing on Jonah. Besides the fact he's a serious person and studious, what is the tangible skill that makes you guys still bullish on him? Is it his athleticism? What is it specifically?
Speed and power.